It's Tuesday, right? Tuesday
It is
morning.
Tuesday.
Beautiful day. Another day in paradise.
And I gotta put my seatbelt on.
She's got to put her seatbelt on there. It's going to go ding, 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 ding. It's like first thing you do.
One ringy ding.
You get in the car. You put your seatbelt on.
There you go.
So we're going to take a little drive today out here to the river. Just because it's a pretty day out. And it's like, let's go out to the river here once.
It's not foggy this morning.
It actually wasn't. I thought about going flying model airplanes this morning, but I thought, maybe tomorrow, we'll see. I just wasn't in the mood this morning. So the river we're going out to is it's the St. John's River. The St. John's River is one of the few rivers in, I don't know, the world, I guess, that flows north. The other one is the Niles River. And there is, once in a while, the St. John's River will flow south if the tides and stuff are just right, but the biggest percentage of the time it flows north. It kind of comes out, I think it starts down by Melbourne, Titusville area is where the river begins, and it goes across a couple little lakes. Lake Monroe is one close to Sanford here at the river. They actually, they call it Lake Monroe, but they say it's actually a river. You know, it's actually the St. John's River, so I don't know what that's about. But anyways, it goes through there and goes up all the way up to Jacksonville, and that's where it dumps back out into the Atlantic Ocean on it. So this river is a lot of times looks kind of dark. And people think it's dirty, and it's not. It's tannins. Tannins come from plant matter and stuff, and it leaches into the river.
Right, I've seen that tannins up into Quamanon Falls in northern Michigan, upper Michigan. The river, the falls, the river.
See, look at this rig right here.
Oh my gosh.
He pulls right out there. Well, you talk about an accident waiting to happen. It's like, I don't know, buddy.
Wow.
If cars
right in front of the State Highway Patrol barracks.
Now, okay, I know sometimes it's hard for those big trucks to get out with traffic and that there, but you talk about an accident waiting to happen. Right there was one. That was crazy. I swear, every time you go out,
that was crazy driver number one.
Crazy driver number one. It's a circus the way people drive. I can't wait till they come out with self-driving cars. Now I wonder what that'll be like. You drive down. You don't have to do anything. You get in it, and you don't have to mess with these people who really don't know how to drive. They think they do, but they're very uncaring and not cautious, and they hate people who are cautious. I listened to a thing the other day. Go, hey, when they have self-driving cars, and say the self-driving cars, cars have an accident, how do they? Who's at fault? You're just a passenger. Who's at fault? Is nobody at fault? Is the people who wrote the computer software that generates
the program?
Yeah, the program. Are they at fault? Something to think about. Another thing, I think you brought that up about if you've been out drinking and you head home and the car's driving and they would get stopped, would you get a DUI because you're not really driving?
You're a passenger in the car.
Well, but I guess it's illegal to drink in a vehicle.
Right, but you weren't drinking in a vehicle. You can have a passenger that's inebriated.
That's true.
That's what Uber is.
Yeah,
right?
well, that's true. Yeah. I didn't think about that, but that's true because you're just a passenger.
Driver.
So the law would be you probably can't take a beer, drink whatever you want into the car while it's moving. Then you are drinking while in a moving vehicle.
Yeah, that's illegal, I believe.
But you just went to the local neighborhood bar and you had more drinks than you needed, and you get in, you program home, and the self-driving car goes home. and some reason it gets stopped, and they notice you've been drinking, would you get a DUI? Because you're not driving. Something to think about, isn't it?
Yep, it's the future of automobiles with the technology they have.
Yeah, it's future things that could happen, you know, and be interesting.
There could be no fault insurance by then, all no fault. If they're all self-driving cars, there would be no fault insurance.
Yeah. How long is it going to take though? They're actually starting some self-driving cars.
Mm-hmm.
How long will it take? How many years before everything's self-driving and there's no longer a car being driven on the road today? You know, and how long is that going to take?
6 days, 7 hours, and 45 minutes.
6 days, 7 hours, and 45 minutes. I see
a little bit more longer.
I see there's a couple cops up here in the parking lot. I was trying to see what they're up to. Who knows? Maybe they're just having a donut. There's no donut shop there, though.
You'd think there would be. There's no donut shops here until you get downtown Mr. Bill's.
Yeah.
Oh no, Mr. Bill's!
Mr. Bill's!
And then there's one out around on 15A going around Spring Garden.
Has a nice donut shop. Well, yeah, you know, so...
They could be running traffic there, too. You said this used to be a bad speed trap.
Well, it says they always... Not really so much coming from this way. The speed limit going this way is 45. Speed limit going the other direction is 35. And what they do is most people come flying down this would be going west the other direction. And most people drive faster than 35. Most people never drive the speed limit, period. But they would catch you. They would hide. I don't know if you can see it. To the left there's some trees there. That's the old Walmart, the little parking lot. They get right behind those trees, and you couldn't see the cops when they'd come around this little area right here. And he'd step out and pull you over, you know, because you were speeding, you know. So, but yeah, this is known for a speed trap. There's our cop sitting there. He's just sitting there, you know, who knows. Well, that's good that their presence is there, maintaining the peace and order. So, but anyway, this is the area I'm talking about where it's 45 right here. The other side's only 35 on it. So I don't know why they do that. Well, speed trap, they make money. You know, that's a big revenue for cities and stuff. I remember watching an old Andy Griffith show, and what was it? Some blonde, she come flying through town, and her and Andy and Barney stopped her, and it was going to give her a ticket. I don't know, she was opposing it, and anyway, she wanted to see the judge come. Well, actually, Andy was the judge, and she, I see how it is, you know, it's a little town court, you know, and he said, I'll come at temp of court, and he upped her fine, you know, but you know, I suppose I'm pretty sure there is those type of little towns around, you know, that it's revenue, you know, they make money.
But you know, Andy wasn't like that.
Well, he wasn't. That wasn't his normal.
Right.
You
that
know?
would be more the Dukes of Hazzard, or
good old boys.
Or
Oak Hill, Florida. Oak Hill, Florida was a big trap around here. I think it's changed. The Oak Hill, I believe, used to have their own police department. And man, oh man, they nail you there. But I believe the Volusia County Sheriff has since then taken over Oak Hill, the city of Oak Hill, and so I don't believe it's as bad as it used to be. But that used to be known for a speed trap over there in Oak Hill.
Now you just got to watch out for Volusia County Sheriff.
Now you just got to watch out for the sheriff. I like our sheriff. Ours is Chitwood's his name, and he's
Mike Chitwood.
Mike Chitwood. He.
I know Mike Chitwood, but not from Florida.
Florida.
I think we have met him once or seen him somewhere.
There's a couple Chitwoods in this area. Joey Chitwood is the president of Daytona International Speedway, and they used to have the Chitwood Thrill Show. If you remember back in the days, they used to, you know, run the car on two wheels, and you know, it was a thrill show, and that was Joey Chitwood, and now he's the president of Daytona International Speedway, and I said Mike Chitwood's our local sheriff. We just got him in this last fall or last winter.
He's doing a good job.
He's good. He takes no crap. I got to say, I do like him. I like him a lot better than our previous sheriff. But yeah, Chitwood's he's had his incidents. He rides bicycle. I think maybe just once. I thought maybe it was twice, but he got hit by a car. Imagine hitting the car, hitting the sheriff or bicycle, and it happened to be the sheriff, And he was pretty good about it. I don't know if he didn't make much big deals of it. He did get injured up a little bit. He's been in a few fights, protecting. He's right out there. He's not one of those sheriffs that just sit back and sit in the office and
hands-on.
He's hands-on. I mean, if there's a crime scene, Chitwood's right there. He's right there at the crime scene. And he calls them you scumbags. He goes, I take care of you scumbags. And that's what they are. All these thieves and crooks and dopers and stuff. They're just a bunch of scumbags. So anyways, our sheriffs are pretty good. We're on 15A. This is what they call the truck route. This road goes out around DeLand. If you're taking like 1792, it comes around DeLand, so you don't have to go through downtown. As you can see, there's quite a few trucks on it too. Hence, truck route.
It's bypass. It's like the bypass.
It's like the bypass that goes around. We got a couple big churches here. This is a Stetson Baptist Church. I think they even have a school here, along with the
Stetson
church.
Baptist Christian School.
Yeah, so they have a school. I used to go to church there. When I first moved down to Florida, I went there for a while. Got a little thrift shop here. Cohen Mini Storage.
There's a joke of the day. Hey Google, tell us the joke. What do you call a pooch living in Alaska? I don't know. What do you call a pooch living in Alaska?
That's a chili dog.
It's a chili dog. So we got our own version of Hey Google, tell me a joke.
When I'm out here filming in the car, I don't have Google Live. I guess on Sue's phone, but we're not going to.
I provided courtesy of Cone Mini Storage.
Yeah, that was today's joke of the day as we drive around the county on it.
I'm sure we can think of more, but
I could tell some jokes, but I don't know if I should put them up on here on YouTube or not.
Public consideration.
Yeah, it would. And I like dirty jokes. I don't care what anybody says. That's funny. Larry Cable Guy, he goes, I don't care what you say. That's funny, And because I have a big sense of humor, I don't get hung up on words. Word is a word is a word. Yeah. I don't care if it's a 4-letter word or not. I don't care. I don't get hung up on words.
But these videos normally go up, and it's considered a family channel, so we try and maintain.
I try to keep it
a bit of decorum, whatever you want to say.
Yeah, I try to keep it as clean as possible.
As clean as possible.
It's but anyways, if you cuss around me, I don't care. Don't bother me. I'm not delicate. So there's as typical like truck route, there's different businesses along here. This is a little car lot. Never heard much about Colima Auto Sales.
Colima Auto Sales. There's a dentist over here. Is this where the audio place is?
Yeah, right up here on the left. There's a audio. They do window tinting. If you want a fancy speaker or fancy radio in your car, they'll take care of all that. It's they do installs. A lot of times people will buy a new audio system for their vehicle and they don't want to install. That's a pain, especially these new cars, to try to install. Cruising Concepts.
I just saw the name of it.
Okay, we're just turning now onto Route 44. This goes east and west. It goes over to the river and heads over towards Lake County, the next county over from Volusia County. It's a nice little road. It goes over to Mount Dora. And Eustis. I call Eustis useless. And there's some nice towns over that way. It's a nice area. used to go to Mount Dorian off and on. I had a friend over there who owns a little antique store / craft beer bar, and he had very unique. You'd never see a bar like that or a craft store like that. He was voted the most popular or best bar in the state of Florida. And Dano, he's a good guy. Mermaid Juice is the name of his bar, and Dano is just one cool guy. And if he's your friend, he's your friend. So anyway, so we're heading across here. We're coming up on the railroad tracks, heading out towards the St. Johns River. It's not very far outside of town here, and actually, when you go across the river, this side of it is Volusia County, the other side is Lake County, and we're going to be going through another roundabout coming up here. We've got 2 of them here in the land now, and this roundabout that we'll be coming up on here shortly is this one happened. I don't know, they said that this was a busy area. I've been out here for years and it never was a busy area. But unfortunately, there was a bad crash here, a fiery crash, and 3 people were killed, 2 young kids and their grandmother. And so then they put this roundabout in. And I've been through it. This one's not too bad because it's not that busy, you know. And I've spoke this before, the key to a roundabout is yield. That's where people don't know. You slow down and yield. And see this boat, he nicely went through there. He slowed up. I'm slowing up. And see, it's this white car coming around here. I gotta make sure he's not gonna go on around, which he didn't. And then this other car, gotta make sure he's not gonna go on around in the white car. And see, most people would not stop like I just did to make sure that those cars wasn't gonna go on around, because they can. And that's how a roundabout worked properly and safely. Now, most people would have just darted right out of there, and the other cars coming around would have to hit their brakes in order not to hit them, and then that's where a roundabout don't work. So this is my lesson on roundabouts. And I'm not a fan of them. They're I don't think they're the best things there is. You know, certain areas, that area certainly back there really never needed one. You know, it's not a highly traveled area. It gets traffic, but not so much. Basically, if you notice there, all the cars was gone east and west here on 44. The only reason for that roundabout, there's a side road that goes across that allows those cars to come into the traffic flow. You could probably sit there at 15-20 minutes and a car would not come from the side roads, and that's why that particular roundabout isn't necessary, you know, because they don't come in. They put that there because tragically somebody was killed, and you know, they petitioned it.
Was there a stoplight? They put a stoplight up there temporarily.
There was a there was not a stoplight there before. It was just
all the traffic north and south here
kept going. Or
east and west. This is east and west, isn't it?
Yeah, this is east and west. Anyway, so they put a temporary stoplight up there after the accident, and which it really wasn't even needed, and until they built the roundabout. So that's my story on roundabout today.
It's because mainly they put, you know, of course the death, but it was the accident happened because someone did not obey traffic rules.
Right.
Someone was running through there and ran a stop sign and hit the woman.
Killed some irresponsible drivers.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see that blue house over there.
Moved. Yeah, it's over
I don't know if you caught a vision of it, but on Tiny Houses on TV, they featured that house on Tiny Houses there, and it was small, but they had it for sale, and it's still sitting there. I don't believe it ever sold it. You know,
the couple on the show didn't buy it.
Yeah, the couple on the show that they had on TV, they didn't buy that particular one. They did buy one, but not that one. And but anyways, that was kind of cool. That house set right out here.
Yeah, we were looking at it, and they were in Florida. We didn't think anything of it. And then they showed the house, and it's like, hey, that looks like the one out on 44. Next time we drove by, sure enough it was.
Yeah, that was the one.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, we're coming up on the river. Slowed down a little bit. The guy behind me doesn't like it because they like the tailgate, you know. But anyways, we're going to turn right up here. You'll see the traffic light. That's gone over the river. It's a drawbridge right here. And the speed limit is 45 right in this area. It just still cracks me every time I get in a car right on your butt. Nobody gives you a break. I'll slow down slower for him just because of that fact. There you go. He's in a hurry. He's more important. There's a redneck. Hey, we got a lot of rednecks down here, especially over by the river. So anyways, we're coming in here to Edstone Park. And there's a boat launch here. And this is right off. There's a campground over here to the right here.
And the restaurant back there.
There's a restaurant back there. But it's a nice little river here. So we're going to do some other videos here outside the car. So I hope you enjoyed our little trip from home to the St. Johns River. If you did, give us a thumbs up, and if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. We like to have subscribers to our channel. You know what's going on every time we get a new video. So we'll see you guys the next time.